Now, a survey has found that 43% of youth employed in 12-month work are earning less than what they earned before the COVID-19 crisis. Job security is among their main concerns, of course, and they're unsure whether they'll keep their jobs during the lockdown. The study was conducted by the Youth Employment Service. Its CEO, Tashmia Ismail-Saville, joins me now via Skype. A very good morning to you, Doctor. Thank you so much for joining us. First of all, tell us about the Youth Employment Service and also the fact that you created 37,000 jobs for the young. How did you do this?
I'd like to say we're on 37,500 jobs today. So we've had a nice uptick. We saw a big drop in registrations to create these 12-month work experiences during lockdown. But thankfully, it does seem like companies are interested in employing some of our youth again. We work with government and business. We're business-led. And we have a gazette, a government gazette that rewards and incentivizes companies who invest in youth jobs. 12-month work experiences with a level up on the BE score. And we've been able to create with this very innovative policy in the past 17 months, 37,500 jobs. We've placed all of our youth with a smartphone. Wherever they are in the country, they get a smartphone in their job, whether they're a non-matric unskilled worker or a skilled worker at a banking organization. And this allows us to keep in touch with them and to deliver training. So what we did was during lockdown, we ran quite an extensive survey to understand where youth were at emotionally, economically, and some of the economic findings were quite frightening. 85% of our youth were using their salary to support more household members, to support neighbors, to support friends and extended family. And over 40% of them had household members who'd lost jobs, and they weren't sure that they were going to be getting these jobs back. So that was from the economic front. We see that these youth jobs really matter. Those salaries in those homes matter. Yeah. What was also interesting is they were buying a lot more data to try to keep in some way connected to their world of work.
And also interestingly, I think about quite a large percentage of the youth that you spoke with were feeling very depressed at this particular moment.
Yeah, we always look at the economics of the situation, but actually the person's mindset in the world of work is as important. And when you have, millions of youth who are sad and depressed and anxious, this has as important impacts on our society. And of our youth surveyed, 2 out of 3 responded as feeling depressed. And over 67% responded as being highly anxious about the situation. You can understand where they're coming from. I think we're seeing this in corporate South Africa. We're seeing this with our own employees. There's a lot of anxiety and exhaustion coming in. But imagine if you're a young person who doesn't know if you are ever going to get or keep the job that you're in. And I do think we need some national mindfulness and breathing exercises to almost psychologically support our youth population.
Yeah, I think we all need it. And you're also saying that when we reset South Africa's economy, we need to focus on youth employment.
Absolutely. I mean, we were in trouble before COVID. Let's say it as it is. We had youth unemployment at over 55%. You can imagine the youth are going to bear the brunt of the lockdowns and cutting people off from livelihoods during lockdowns. We're going to have to do something very quickly and something as Team South Africa. And we're talking about pressing this reset button. Can we all shift mindset and say, if everybody just helps get young people into jobs, this is going to be the fastest way to address unemployment. This is going to be the fastest way to address inequality. Getting young people into jobs, you've seen that money goes straight into the household to support the household. Yeah. How better to address inequality than with a job? And if everybody just takes one, we can get there.
Yeah, very true. Doc, just lastly and quickly from you, you put these young people, 37,500 jobs you've created now, and most of them are 12-month jobs. Are they scenarios where they actually get to stay on? Are some of these companies holding on to these young people and employing them on a permanent basis?
I'm so glad you asked that question. We've just done some more calls. We phone companies after youth have finished, and our latest number is a 30% absorption. So what's lovely for companies is they're able to take a youth pipeline into the company, and they can test youth that have the best fit. And they often phone us or write to us and say, listen, we found absolute gems in this cohort that we want to invest in and train further. So that rate is 30% of youth that are being placed at the moment. We still have many youth, over 20,000 who are still in their processes, but of the 15 that have finished, there's a 30% absorption. But what is lovely is we give them a CV and a reference letter. This is excellent currency in the world of work because you are 3 times more likely to get a call back for a job if you have a CV and reference letter. For women, this is an even more exciting statistic because for a woman with a reference letter, within 3 months of job search, it doubles the likelihood that you can get a job. So just having that experience makes you much more employable in the world of work. So even those who aren't absorbed in their companies still have a far higher chance of getting that next opportunity.